Welcome to the Maximum Cashflow presentation. My name is John Pettifordale, Executive Vice President with MyEcon. Some very highly motivated and successful person invited you to see this presentation about personal financial success. And as we have this conversation, I want you to think about what is personal financial success to you. Just a little bit about me before I get started. I've actually been involved in MyEcon for many years. I used to be a shift manager for Marriott. I did that for many years, and then I started to figure out something, that I was not going to make it up the corporate ladder, so to speak. And I was a hard worker. I came to work early and I stayed late, but I still did not get the promotion that I was looking for. So I started to look for other things that I could do to make additional cash flow and money while I was working a full-time job. I got involved in networking and direct sales, did not know what I was doing, fell flat on my face. But I was bitten by the entrepreneurial bug, and it made sense to build leveraged income and residual income. And if you start to understand like I do, those are the two most important incomes that you will ever build. So fast forward to about 2005, I got involved in MyEcon. Today I'm debt-free. I've cash flow well over $1 million with the system, and I'm going to talk to you about how you can achieve personal financial success with our system. A little bit about us. We've been in the business since October of 2005. So MyEcon is an 11-year-old debt-free technology-driven company. And we didn't borrow a dime from anybody to put this company together. It cost us millions of dollars to put this company together as you see it. So why are those things important? Because the number one reason a company will go out of business is they have a lot of debt that they cannot pay for, or they have inexperienced management. The guys that started this company, they've actually been in networking and business together for 29 plus years, and they've put over 700,000 people in business in their career, generated $750 million in business, and so they understand everything about this thing called business. But let's talk a little bit about personal financial success. So understand something. We're not the coffee company. We're not the juice company. We're not the travel company. We're the personal financial success company. And why is that important? Because everybody spends many hours a day working for personal financial success. They work 8 to 10 hours a day for it. They go to school and spend tens of thousands of dollars, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 trying to get to personal financial success using a degree. And I know that people are looking for it, but guess what? 96% of the people in this country are failing at personal financial success. Think about it. All the people that you know that work 25 or 30 years, they retire and then they go back to work. And the problem with that is they did not know how to build personal financial success. So let's talk about it. See, it doesn't matter if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a school teacher, whatever it is you do for a living, you're trying to do two things. Number one, you're trying to have income for today. So this is where you trade time for money on your job. So you work a set amount of hours, they pay you a certain amount of income, and then you have some expenses. So now you're kind of on that treadmill, rolling and rolling and rolling, and it does not stop. And you can never get off that treadmill because number one, life will never ever become free. And number two, you're always going to want some money. So number two, you're going to need a second source of income that's going to come from income producing assets. That's anything that you own that brings you money regardless to you working. Now that is very, very important. We do very good on building incomes in this country, but we do very bad on building income producing assets. So you want to think about that. You are just trying to do those two things. It doesn't matter what you're doing, what industry you're in, your level of education. Now, the problem is this. Most people don't know how much assets they need. So let's talk about it. Let's say you make $50,000 a year today. Okay, so you're going to need $500,000 in income producing assets to replace that $50,000 because you're going to need at least 10 times what you make in a year. So if you have a household income of $100,000, you need $1 million worth of income producing assets in your 401k, your IRA, your mutual funds, and things of that nature. Now, most people I've talked to 6,000 or 7,000 people about this, and I have not found 50 people that were on track to get it done. Think about it. They didn't know they needed 600,000 or 700,000, so they were on pace to maybe get 200,000. They say, I'm doing good. No, you're doing terribly bad. So we teach people how to get that done. You have to have 10 times what you want to make in a year when you're going to retire 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years from now. So let's talk a little bit more about it. People need more income producing assets and better cash flow. Now, the traditional financial services world does not have an answer for this. I want you to think about it because some of you might be thinking, well, Don't I just get a financial planner for this? No, absolutely not. See, the traditional financial services world is for people that have money already above and beyond their living expenses. So think about the people that you know. Do they have extra money, extra cash flow above and beyond paying taxes and their debts and their lifestyle? So if you don't have very much money, you don't have anything to participate in the stock market. You don't have anything to participate in mutual funds. So that's going to be a significant problem, okay? So MyEcon has 3 solutions for you. It's a 3-step process. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to help you minimize your taxes by $200 to $1,000 per month on your current income that you have. Now imagine that. Imagine being able to save $200, $300, $400, $500 per month in taxes back into your paycheck. What could you do with that? We're going to talk about it. Number 2, we're going to teach you how to generate business income by showing people that same process. Think about all the people that you know that might want to save $200, $300, $400, $500 a month on their taxes that you want to talk to about this concept. So now when you start talking to them, somebody's going to say, yes, that's me, I want some, and you're going to generate business income with that. Number 3, we're going to teach you how to generate income producing assets by utilizing a concept called cash, asset, cash. You take some of your cash, it generates assets that create some more cash. So now you go in that process over and over and over again, and you start to build wealth. So now, the first thing we're going to do as far as minimizing taxes, number 1, we're going to help you maximize your withholdings by minimizing your taxes by correcting the W-4. So most people have that filled out incorrectly. The IRS actually did a report on this, and they said that 80% of the people in this country overpay their taxes to the tune of $250 per month because the average refund is $3,000. And not only that, think about this. The average person is losing 1/3 of their income to taxes before they ever spend a dime to take care of their family. Those are very bad scenarios because number 1, you're unable to use that money to make money. And number 2, that your lack of money costs you more money, okay? The second thing we're going to do as far as taxes is concerned is we're going to teach you how to master tax minimization utilizing the tax advantages of a home-based business. Now, what does that mean? We have a curriculum, a software, and a strategy in place that just about anybody can plug into. It takes 2 minutes a day, and it's going to lower your taxes based on IRS guidelines. It's a very simple deal. So now, what if we could put an additional $500 per month back into your pocket? Well, now if you just took that cash flow, dropped it into your 401k for the next 15 years, you'd have over $173,000. Well, what if you did this for the lifetime of you working? You would have over $745,000 compound interest inside your 401k. So that would change your life. You would have $750,000 in your retirement account. So it's more important on what you keep than how much you make. So you have to strategize to lower the taxes, and now you take that cash flow and you can build investments. But what if you took it and did something else? What if you took it and paid down your debts, okay? Now think about this. You take the extra $500 per month, and let's say you have a $200,000 mortgage. You're paying about a $1,500, $1,600 mortgage. You drop that, actually about a $1,200 mortgage, and now you take that extra $500 and drop it on the mortgage payment. Now in 14 years and 11 months, your house is paid off. But more importantly, you can go the next 14 years, 15 years or so, and now you would have $600,000 and you'd have a debt-free home. See, you wouldn't have any problems with money. So when you start thinking about this, wealthy people know these strategies. Wealthy people minimize taxes. Wealthy people also build income-producing assets. That's what MyEcon is all about. So real quickly, what I want to do is cover just a few tax deductions that'll help you change your life. We're going to teach you about 7 common deductions of a home-based business. And we're going to do this based on the IRS publications. So we pull all this stuff down. We got training online. We got live trainings. We got conference call trainings, whatever works for you. So think about this. Within 10 to 14 days, you're going to have $200, $300, $400, $500 per month back into your paycheck without selling anything, without recruiting a soul. That is major in this industry. But now let's talk about a few of them. Car and truck expenses. Do you drive a car every day? How would you like to turn it into a tax deduction machine? We're going to show you how 80 to 90% of the time that you ever drive your car, it becomes a tax deductible event. And now it's going to save you somewhere between, it's actually going to give you tax deductions of about $8,000 to $10,000 for the average person, which will save you about $2,000 to $3,000 on your taxes or so. So that's a huge, huge deal. Okay. Now, what about travel? Do you go on vacation? That now becomes 100% tax deductible for all the airfare and hotel and things of that nature. What about your cell phone? What about your internet access? Even a partial of your cable bill can be tax deductible if you own a business and you know exactly what to do. That's what our system is all about. What about your children? Do you have any? Okay, we're going to show you how to get up to a $6,300 tax deduction for feeding, clothing, and taking care of your children. Think about it. Why are these important? You're already doing them. You're already driving the car. You already have a car note. You probably paying interest. You probably have meals and entertainment already. You already are doing travel, going on vacation, going to family reunion. So now you're going to pick up somewhere between $10,000 and $30,000 worth of tax deductions on stuff you're already doing. And that's going to save you $3,000 to $8,000 or $9,000 on your taxes for the rest of your life. How do you feel about that? So if that system right there makes sense to you, you should do it. See, don't make this a my econ issue. If you can cut your taxes legally, you should. And we're going to show you how to cut them by thousands of dollars. And then we're going to show you how to take that money and strategically use it for minimizing taxes or building investments. So I'm going to come back with a second side of this and show you how we build the business income. My name is John Petterfidel. I'll see you in part 2.